Hey everyone, welcome back to the Audacity Podcast, where you'll get your dose of tea with a bit of audaciousness and sewing. I am one of your hosts,
But you
Julian of Julian
over this
Creates.
intro.
Look, it just flow off the dome. Just flow off
I
the
didn't
dome.
even know how to behave. Okay. I like
But hey y'all, how y'all doing?
everybody is great. I know they are because you know what? It's Friday. It's Friday. It's the end of the week. It's the last day. So everybody is fantastic.
It is. And honestly, I'll be 100% real with y'all. Been in a dark place. The lights have been off
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
some weeks, but I'm feeling better. We have new things where we are trying to obtain. I have things that I'm excited about
Mm-hmm.
um coming in coming along and such like that. So we are excited when excitement happens, and we're gonna ride the wave until I can ride it to shore. So so yes, new pep in the step, new vigor, energy, new cut, new color, new do. All of
Oh, new cut, new color. I love it. I
no,
love it.
y'all. I
I
ain't don't
love
don't I don't need y'all up and message me. No, I did not cut my hair for real. I'm just saying.
it. It's just a,
Just the saying
it's
before
just what is it? A figure of speech.
because child, sometimes I put my hair in a bun and people be up in my inbox.
Okay, but I'm not gonna lie, there was definitely one day that we were FaceTiming
Hmm.
and like you were saying something about your hair, and I was like, yo, his hair looks like he cut it off. Is he like trying to like tell me but not tell me that he cut his hair? And then but like my heart sank a little because you know I love your hair. So my heart sank just ever so slightly. And then like I saw you turn and I was like, woo,
That I don't I
the
like.
hair's
Look,
still
I
there.
could just put it in a real smooth bun every so often, but
Just
people,
put it
even
in a
my
bun.
loctician has thought I have cut my hair. Looking at me with a bun. I'm like, child, look, no. It just means that I it's not a lot as much. It's all towards the back instead of
Yeah.
towards up top at the scalp. That's all.
Yeah. I
But
love
yes,
that.
yeah. As long as I don't look too much like Stevie Wonder, when that happens, it will go.
I promise you today, I was talking to my girlfriend, and so her son is is Aurora's best friend.
Okay.
And so we have a lot of similarities. We were pregnant at the same time with two-thirds of my children. She makes these beautifully scented body butters and everything like that. I'm
Mm.
gonna include her information in the show notes because I definitely just placed an order for two body butters for my fall scents because I was smelling like I was all up in her house and I was like, oh, I need this and I need this and I need this. But we have so many similarities because, you know, when I left corporate America, I was making body butters and I was making Ankara baby harem pants. And
Mm.
people were going crazy over my body butters. In fact, my body butters like completely healed my kids' skin
Come on.
from eczema and all of the little rashes that their little rashy cells were born with. And then I was just like, oh, it's above me now. Like, I'm here to support other small businesses at this juncture, you know. But oh, she
Seeing
has
what it
a
took
low
to make
cut.
them body butters, I understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Mm.
but you know what I do miss is I miss whipping them and seeing how they look. I used to call mine body frosting because
Mhm.
that's what it looked like. And oh God, I miss the smells because my entire house would smell like the orders that I was filling and it was so good.
We
Um,
used to so I used to be part of a skincare company as well. Um,
mhm.
and we had one that was sugar cookie and one that was chocolate chip.
Hmm. You
Like,
would like these scents then, because she's got like she has a lot of cookie smelling fragrances. So
hmm.
like she does have the chocolate.
See,
You know your girl Aurora asked for the chocolate.
of course, of
Of
course.
course. I have
Hmm.
listen, I was up in her space and I wrote down my blends. I was like, let me just take note. Like I'm ordering this amber plus a citrus vanilla floral. When I
Oh,
tell you When I tell you, your girl is about to be smelling so amazing. And then she has this brown sugar scent. And then
hmm.
I'm having her put in just a little Palo Santo.
Oh.
I'm
So
trying to
what?
tell
Because I've been on the TikTok streets a little bit.
Hmm.
she needs to get into the dusting powders because I love how all the old school things are coming back.
Hmm.
Because I mean, you had a real one if your mama and them use
I
that
have
dusting
power
powder,
still. Yep.
like right in between their chest, and it was always a little dusty.
It was
Because
just
that
a little,
dusting
it
powder.
was, but you already knew what it was. Like nobody even
Yes,
had to ask because we know, you know what I mean?
yes.
We know what it is.
So what she should do is make coordinating dusting powders,
Oh, because you know I'm about to
like
tell her
organic, talc-free, cornstarch based dusting powders with
cornstarch
maybe
free. Okay.
with a little maybe a little bit of mica powder or something in it for a little glistening.
Oh, a little bit of shimmer.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Listen, don't play because I'm about to pass this on to her. Um, because I gotta place my order tonight because my summer fragrances are more like obviously lighter and
Yeah.
obviously more along the summery sense, like some summer florals, some
Hmm.
summer fruit and stuff like that, a nice little blend of the both. And I finished my body butter, my summer body butter, and I was like, dang, your girl is ashy. Like I
Right.
don't have like because
At the
I'm
wrong
very
time.
oriented. Like
Yeah.
it's funny because Lee, who owns Top Stitch, she was like, Aaronica, she was like, I know this is gonna sound weird, but it's not because Lee and I, our birthdays are back to back. So for me, I'm like, we vibing, we being weird together.
Right.
She was like, you always smell so good. She's like, I just love hugging you because like you always just smell amazing. And I'm like, I feel like that's part of my brand. That when people hug me, I'm like, when they walk away, I want them to be like, Shea butter, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that's part of my brand. I want people to leave me and be like, God damn, she smells amazing.
I need, like, I've been looking at, because of course TikTok has influenced me, because it's my season for me to start looking at my air fragrance again, because I do need to change the
Mm,
profile.
mm,
I'm very particular about the scents I like. I realize that certain masculine scents do not always smell the best on me.
mm,
I need things to lean more unisex, more like
mm, mm.
pineapple-y fruity with a
Okay.
cleanness. So like I need to always I can't do too sweet. I need to cut it with something a little bit like
Yeah.
more citrusy.
Yeah.
Um, and I've done the ambers and stuff like that, but then that leans too like smoky. So I
It
need
does
like
have that musk flavor.
yeah, so I need to balance things out. So I'm like, what do I want to try now? And of course, I love a good oil. So I might be oil
Facts.
perfumery or somebody else might be getting the order. One of my favorites is by Oil Perfumery is Two Kings. So it's a mix of Baccarat Rouge 540
Hmm.
and Creed Aventus. Those two
Oh,
together give me what I need a lot of times. I tried like Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford and stuff like that.
oh, some tobacco. Ooh, God,
But
I
that
love
did
that.
not, I don't like it on me by itself. Um,
Hmm.
but there are some other ones. But also, I mean, I need to go to the African man, the shop, and
I was about
just
to say you need to go pick up some incense and some oil.
mhm.
One thing that will never, they never run out of. In fact, I remember being at Spelman and going into the little shops, and it
Yes,
smelled like a little Sex on the Beach.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
A
And
little musk, right.
20 years later, I'm going back in. 24 years later, in fact, go back in, they still got the same exact sense.
Yes, them since has never changed.
Never
Have never
changed.
changed. And
Right.
sometimes I get bold enough, and I used to buy it by the big bottle because I have found this one place that had everything I wanted.
Yeah.
And I'm still working off that bottle, and to the point where I had started taking that bottle and taking the caps off of like the Glade plugins and
Oh,
pouring it
smart,
into those
smart.
and letting them perfume my
Just use
house.
that in the house. Yeah, I love that.
Mhm.
I love that.
But y'all, guess what? We doing another Am I the Asshole today.
We
Cause
love an am I the asshole? Because listen, there's a lot of
so
assholes in the world.
there's that. But and I like the nostalgia of it. So am I the asshole for making two dresses out of the same fabric? Yeah, I know the title is weird, but bear with me for a sec here. I made my sister a dress as a gift. She
Mhm.
achieved a personal milestone, and I was proud of her. It involved a formal ceremony, not a wedding, and she couldn't afford a nice dress. I offered to make her one as a gift for the achievement because I know she worked hard for it. She was excited and about it and accepted. So I made it and it turned out great. Well, I overestimated the amount of fabric that I would need for the fancy dress and had some left over. So I made another dress, this time for me in a completely different style. Hers is a semi-formal and princessy, and hers is semi-formal and princessy with lace appliques. Mine's is just a basic summer dress made from the leftovers. Sister got very upset when she saw me in my dress. She said that her dress was no longer special because it wasn't one of a kind anymore, and that I had ruined the gift by making myself a copy of it. I just used the same fabric. The two dresses are not remotely similar aside from the fabric they were made of. They're made with entirely different patterns, and this is not in any way a notable or interesting fabric. It's a
Mm.
basic cotton calico with a simple floral pattern from a huge national chain fabric store. Like, yeah, you can obviously see that these two things are made from the same fabric, but I don't see what's wrong with that. I thought I was pretty obviously right, but then when I talked to our mom, she said my sister was right and that what I had done was insulting, and now I'm just really confused here. My sister does have a tendency to overreact to perceived slights and just go off on people, and she's been very stressed lately with finishing up all the work she has to do ahead of the ceremony. And now I'm worried that I just put a bunch of extra stress on her for no reason. If I fucked up, I'll apologize and figure out how to make it right. But did I? I still don't feel like I did, but everyone else in my family seems to think so. Um, what what do the internet to edit? So let me read the edits first. To answer some common questions. No, I'm not planning to wear the leftover dress to her event. I was never planning to do that, and I told her that. She did not pay me for the fabric or the time. No, I will not be making her any more clothes or spending time on something like this for her ever again. That ship has sailed, floundered, and sunk.
Damn.
So,
Wow. Okay.
here's where I'm at. Um, Time and space matters, and you basically made the dress out of the same fabric and wore it, or she saw it or saw you in it before she had a chance to wear hers
Yeah.
out. Now, if you just wore it around the house or something, go forth. But I think that is part of the issue here. Also, another way around this is by dyeing it. If it's a cotton calico, just dye the bitch and be done. But I think it's tricky because you made her this dress, which is great. And I think that's beautiful that you decided to do that. But you wore it before the gift. It'd be different if there was this time and space matters here. If it was different if it was a month or two afterwards and you then
Great.
made the dress.
Yeah.
This now, because you put the dress on first before she had a chance to wear hers, it almost comes off that her dress was
The
just
afterthought.
made with leftovers, yes, of the stuff that you made from your dress.
Yeah.
So it's tricky.
It is tricky. I agree with you. And do I think that she's the asshole? No.
No. Mm-mm.
Do I agree with her sister and her mom? A little bit. A little bit. A little bit.
Slight weight,
And
slight weight.
but I agree with it because of what she said, right?
Yeah,
I think that the gesture was nice. And I actually don't think that she should stop making clothes for her sister, but I do think that it was a little thoughtless, right? It was a little tactless. It was a little couthless, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because like, so for example, I had bought all of that blue satin to make my
right,
girlfriend her daughter's homecoming dress. I bought the satin before I knew what style dress she wanted, before I knew what length she wanted. I just wanted to make sure I had enough. I
right,
ended up buying like 6 or 8 yards of the fabric. Um, And so then I made her her dress that was Princess Tiana inspired, made it to her size, whatever. I was left with 4 more yards. So for Halloween, I
Right.
made myself into Princess Tiana as well.
Hmm.
Except mine, I did something different with mine, but again, plain blue satin, right?
Right.
But also, I wore mine a month after she wore hers.
Hers.
You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? So
Right.
I think that if she would have waited, and even if she just hangs it up and she's like, hey, I just made it because I had all of this excess fabric. I'm not going to be wearing it anytime soon, but I didn't want the fabric to go to waste. I think that's fine. I do
Hmm.
think that I would feel slighted as well if I were her sister who had this huge accomplishment and felt really special about wearing a custom made dress to highlight what I had done, um, only to turn around and see her in the same fabric, even if it's a
That
completely different dress. Do I think
right.
that she's the asshole? Obviously not, because she went out of her way to make her sister something that was custom made. And she does have additions like the flower appliques and things like that. But I do think that it's just a little tasteless to present yours before she's had the opportunity to wear hers, you know. And I think that um again, I don't think she's the asshole, but I do think that she needs to take a moment. It was very immature. That's what it is.
Right.
You could tell that she's younger, and you could tell that she's the younger sister, the little sister. Um, I do think that she's in the wrong. I don't think that she's an asshole. I do think that she needs to take a step back and remove the emotion that she's feeling and just take a look at the situation, because it's not cool.
Right. It's not. It's not. But, you know, I think time again, it's that timing piece. And it also it very much comes off as like a silver, like y'all have reverted to childhood sibling stuff
Right.
here. And I don't think that's what was meant, but
Right.
that is how it worked and that's how it was perceived. And especially when people are already like highly stressed, this is not helping anything.
No, it's not. Not at
So,
all.
so but
And
yeah,
it went
so
from her being really helpful to make and like making the shirt to
yeah.
be completely unhelpful by
Yeah, it kind of almost made it about her in a way.
yeah, yeah,
Um, but y'all, what say y'all? What y'all think? What y'all think? So please definitely respond. We would love to hear what you think of this Am I the Asshole?
yes, yes. Um,
So
so
you have a lot going on. What's going on? A lot of
super,
exciting things.
you know, November is always my favorite time of year, right?
Hmm.
Thanksgiving growing up was my favorite holiday, not because we recognize anyone aside from the Christophers that we recognize as being someone who is of something, not that we recognize pilgrims as being discoverers of
Right.
anything.
No.
Um, and not that we recognize Thanksgiving as being a false day where natives and Indian and pilgrims came together to do anything aside from the truth, which was the pilgrims slaughtering the natives. So,
No, that part.
but I love Thanksgiving because I like to focus on, you know, the things that I'm truly thankful for. But
Hmm.
also November, and my favorite part about Thanksgiving, of course, was that there's no pressure for presents, right? So
Okay.
Thanksgiving for me, like just the whole month of November, I just get excited, right? It's the transition into the holiday season, like official, right? Because,
Right.
once Halloween is passed, we in it now. We at the end of the year, it's the final countdown. And for the past, 2 years, I have been doing something called New Pattern November. Why?
Right.
Because in my opinion, the best way to show my love and show my appreciation for patterns is to actually make them. But like so many people, I buy so many patterns, whether I'm in support of a brand or a person, or in the moment I wanted to use it to make, and then I just never got around to it, or I didn't get around to it because I just have my favorites, my go-tos. So I started New Pattern November a couple of years ago because I was like, oh, I definitely need to be using up some of these patterns because I have an insane amount of patterns that are in my drives. And so we are coming upon it again today because we are on November 1st. And so New Pattern November has kicked off. This is the first year, though, that I have sponsors, and I'm so excited about it. And to me, it was really important to have sponsors for the New Pattern November because, one, I'll be sewing the patterns from these brands because I plan on doing it anyway. But also, it's important to me to give back to the community that I'm part of. And I know that right now, between the economy and things like that, and between, people just not understanding or wanting to navigate social media to market their businesses, I really feel like doing something like New Pattern November is a fantastic way to really get the businesses some additional eyes on them. Because let's be real here, the holiday season is coming up. We could all use a little boost in our sales. So that way we can have a happy holiday, especially when we have kids or loved ones that we'd like to spoil. And that does include ourselves. And I just like to help out as much as I can. So
Hmm. Hmm.
New Pattern November is kicking off. And so essentially, if you are interested in participating, all you have to do is use the hashtag New Pattern November when you're posting photos, videos, YouTube content with highlighting patterns that you have never made before. That's it. And we've got a slew of sponsors who are coming on to donate patterns, to donate gift cards to their shops, to donate shoe things, right? And I feel like this is really exciting because not only do you get a chance to kind of step outside of your norm or and be encouraged to do something different, but you also get the opportunity to kind of really hear about and see these different patterns that you may have missed. So I'm geeked about that. I love, love, love forcing myself out of my comfort zone. And if I'm being completely honest, I also really hope that I see a lot of my patterns being made. If you're like, Aaronica, what are your patterns? Definitely the rose skirt. If you don't know, I am a designer with Made for Mermaids. And I have designed the rose skirt, which is fantastic. I've made it in the corduroy that I wear. I'm gonna be probably doing my own sew along for that because in my head, I came up with a way to make it so that way you can make the shorts one time and then change up the front just by using a zipper to
Mm.
detach it and attach other ones. I also have the Presley. I also have the Primrose sweatshirt. I've got the Cali dress. I've got the Aurora jumpsuit. And when you make these things and you showcase what they look like on your body, it really encourages other people who have a body type that are like yours to want to make it as well. So very, very excited about this, like super geeked.
Very nice, very nice. So y'all know I'm joining as well.
Of
Um,
course.
and I'm excited because it also for me is tying in my make nine. Because
Hmm.
we almost in November. Like, y'all, how is it already November? I
I
do
was
love,
already November,
I mean, Thanksgiving, of course, is one of my favorite times as well. Because it's my birthday. I was born on
right?
Thanksgiving. This year my birthday is the day before Thanksgiving, so I'm kind of mad about it because I probably have to cook on my
You
birthday.
can still give thanks for your life, for sure.
Right, but did I want to be slinging my titties over a hot stove? Probably
I
not.
mean, all I'm saying is that pound cake gonna be pounding.
It- Something. It's gonna be doing something. It's gonna be doing something. It's gonna be doing something. Yes, one or two. A few other things. But this is also a chance for me to like wrap up some stuff. And if you've been following my page, you know that I posted about one of my machines that I have resurrected and got to work. So this is a Wilcox and Gibbs. It's called a silent chain stitch sewing machine. The current one that I'm using was manufactured in 1894, 95. Um, yeah. With so 1894, 1895 with a added motor and stuff later. So I was like, I would love to do some vintage or vintage inspired patterns with that. So I have this book that is called Vintage Inspired Menswear. It is by a guy from Germany. I think his like the book comes in Dutch. So I have found some patterns that are 1920s inspired in a book that I have owned and just have not used. So as we're talking about new patterns and stuff like that, I said we're about to just combine some things together and kill some bird. Well, we ain't killing nothing really. But just kind of using stuff together to get what I want.
Hmm.
And I'm excited. So
Excited too.
it should be cute. It should be cute, cute, cute. Or at least that's the hope. That is the hope. So,
So speaking of Make Nine,
mm-hmm.
how are you doing on yours?
Sure. Things morphed and some things were like combined together. Technically, I hit maybe three.
Okay.
Technically.
Okay.
Um, no, maybe four. Maybe four. So I'm looking at my Make Nine board now. My goals were to do an 1890 suit, a Birkin style bag, a corset vest, something avant-garde, a double-breasted suit, a 1920s ensemble,
Wow.
paper, right, paper piecing, like English paper piecing for a quilt, and pattern drafting. I've been doing the pattern drafting stuff for
Hmm.
myself, so that's done. I did do a double-breasted suit that I wore to Chicago Frocktails, and I just made this past Sunday with Black Soy Network Sunday service. I did a corset vest, or I did a mock-up for it that I'm excited to complete. Um, I didn't do the 1890s project. Technically, did I do avant-garde? I'm gonna call my blank outfit avant-garde because I look like the Tin Man, and that just feels real avant-garde-ish to me.
It does, especially because I don't think that you look like the Tin Man, but whatever.
I got that a few times. Either like even just walking down the streets, people said I looked like either the Tin Man or looked like I had on a spacesuit.
People are
It,
amazing.
you know, it worked for me. I was excited about it. So those are two things that I did do. That I'm excited. We got somewhere with those. Um, but like there's still time to do the bag. There's still time. And if I do this pattern, I'm about to do the 1890s project or the 1920s. So, and I'm showing you what it's going to look like.
Gal, I'm trying to tell you, I'm making a matching one.
So
Nobody
I
can what's happening.
I have some wool Glen plaid suiting already that has is sitting in my stash. So that I think is going to happen.
Julian, would you believe that I did not like I was just searching on Instagram to see where my Make Nine post was, and
You didn't make it. Or you didn't post it there. You didn't
no,
post it there.
I posted it on my YouTube channel.
Okay. Hmm. You're just not there. That's okay.
But today I will, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna pull it up and watch it now. But
Mhm.
there is one thing that I have not worked on, and that is the Henley placket. And of course, the placket was big for me because I was doing so many Henleys
Right.
for Christmas, and I was like, why am I not doing it the right way? Like, I was not getting a good Henley placket consistently. It was
Hmm.
like a broken clock. You know what I'm saying? I could get it
Right.
once in a while, you know. So that
Hmm.
one was a top tier, and of course, the reason why is because I really would like to get into making polo shirts and stuff like that. I do actually feel like my next pattern might be a rugby, and I
Okay.
might end up naming it the Ilona after the one and only
Come
Ilona Mayer.
on. Come
Uh,
on.
but I can't be out here doing this pattern if my plackets are
Uh,
not consistently excellent. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
that one, don't be surprised if Denver is out here getting all these polo shirts.
So, well, to practice that, two patterns that so especially if you want to do a more traditional style placket, the men's basic polo shirt by Masculatory on Etsy
Mhm.
is a fun, good one. That is it has a straightforward placket.
Mhm.
Normally I also do the Sinclair patterns, their button
Yeah,
up
that's your favorite, right?
is one of my favorites, but it does not have what I would call a traditional placket. It's a grown-on placket. It's perfect for pattern matching, but it is
Mhm.
not a traditional placket because it does not have like a separate placket piece.
Okay, so we're just folding.
So basically, yes. So you are basically making a facing and folding it in, and
Okay,
then refolding to give you the shape that you need.
okay,
But Masculatory, I think, has a good one, and that is pretty straightforward to use.
okay. And then I know that there are so many different ways to do the placket. I just feel like I also haven't found the one that I am most comfortable with either. So I
Mhm.
do want to go on the journey of even just practicing with the plackets.
Mhm.
I know another big one for me was getting the zipper fly perfect. And this year I did not shy away from the zipper fly pants.
You did not.
So dare I say that I got that down.
There you
And
go.
that is no longer something that is like that is scary for me, right? Um, and then I wanted to work more with leather. That is something that I have not done, but I specifically wanted to make the Bessie bag, as well as the Choose Made belt bag again.
Mhm.
Um, so this month because I've already made the regular Bessie bag, but I have not made the Bessie mini bag. I will
Okay.
do that for sure, adding that. And then of course my girl Rootsy, she has a bag that is in testing. She's a good friend of mine, and so I'm in there as well. So I'm very, very excited about the bag making. If someone would have told me that on the 2024 bingo card that bag making was going to be one of the bigger items for me, I would have been like high wash. But I've really been enjoying making my bags. Like I still have to put the lining in the crochet bag that I did. But I'm
Right.
like, yo, your girl is out here doing the bags, you know?
Come on, doing the bags. Do the bags. Do the bags. So you
Over
basically are
here like
telling me,
Erica Badu bag lady. Mm.
look, well, not that bag lady. We the opposite of that bag lady. So we ain't ready to let it go, let it go. We trying to keep it cute.
Yeah.
So you basically are telling me I need to go ahead and also just, and maybe let me go ahead and order some fabric to make this Birkin style bag. It's the By Frisbee bag,
Okay.
um, that I've
Bye,
been wanting.
Frisbee.
By Frisbee.
Okay.
I know that Nikki, Seasons and Such Boutique, I think she made it on live once.
Okay.
And it's serious. Like so with Decaville and all that other good stuff. But if I could make it out of a mud cloth,
Ooh.
hmm I will probably need to interface it first, even like interface each piece like with maybe a like just some pro
Like this
fuse.
one? Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Okay.
shaping is right. Yes, the shape is right. Um,
This bag is $29,000.
yeah, it looks like a Birkin. Yeah.
Let me tell y'all something. Don't let me become the exclusive household name.
Look, look, I'm trying to tell you. So yeah, I that has been on my list, and I just like so y'all have to understand the way that I need to do better with goals. I need to have it in front of my face,
Hmm.
see it, and normally when I don't, it becomes literally out of sight, out of mind for me. So a lot of this was just out of sight, out of mind. Um,
Hmm.
but I think I can definitely get in the 20s and the bag. We might try to do a little piecing because also I found out late last week that I still have 25 days of PTO to take. It is
Somebody
November.
just tell him to come and hang out in Atlanta with me.
and somebody just come and pay for it too, so I can go. Right. So I at least need to take off. Like I can carry over 15, but I don't believe in carrying over. I just rather take them because clearly, but think about it. Why would I carry
You said
over if
I've
I'm on?
already proven to the world that I am not good at taking this time off. So why give me
Yeah.
more?
Right,
I don't
right,
have any behavior with what I have.
right. So I just need to use them. So usually I take off most of December. Um, paper piece and all that other stuff might also still happen. There's still a chance.
I like
There-
that.
There's still a
I
chance.
wish I could find a paper piece, like just real easy, just real easy, because I really would like to add, and I think it's such a cute idea, just adding in a little bit of like quilting, just
Hmm.
like a little quilt block, right? To like a sweatshirt.
Right.
And I have this primrose that I made and I turned it into a uh
Hmm.
cropped sweatshirt. I love it so much and I just feel like it would be even better like if I just added a little, quilt block to the top. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Right.
Just a little quilt block in the middle, you know?
Just just a little shink dink. Just
Yeah,
a
just
little.
a little, just a little, just a
Yeah.
little. And I actually really love English paper piecing. When I joined Bernina as a brand ambassador, I came on with some of um,
Right.
the most incredible quilt designers.
Hmm.
And so there was listen, God bless Carolina, okay? Because she did a pattern test call. And I was like, sure, I've never done this before, but I'm down to test your pattern. And she was like, I would love to have you. Y'all, I had no idea what paper piecing was. And I somehow put this thing together. I took it into my Bernina dealer and I was like, look, guys, look at what I made. And it was like a little garden gnome. In fact,
Right.
I'm gonna bring it back out and I'm gonna do it I'm gonna make a sweatshirt for it for the holidays. And my Bernina dealer, hands down, the most loving people that I've met,
Hmm.
y'all, they were like, oh wow, wow, you did such a great job. Also, did you know that you did it wrong? And I was like, what? Loud and wrong, Julian. Loud and wrong.
But you still was able to produce something, even loud and
And
wrong.
did. But
Yes.
then I got Adventures in Paper Piecing and Design. And it's a book by, I think her name is Sarah.
Hmm.
I will never be a Bisa Butler.
I want to
Never.
be so bad. I do.
But your girl knows how to do it now. And I still really love it.
So I need to, but she does not do paper piecing though.
No, she
Yeah.
doesn't. But
You
I don't
can't get
think
close
anyone
to
can ever
hers.
achieve, right? I was gonna say, no one can achieve what she has, but you can utilize it to get kind of close.
There are some classes that do teach it because hers, what she does is called fabric collage.
Hmm.
And so I've been really like looking at that to see like how to, because I'm like trying to figure out, but I also would need to take and get real good like with color theory.
Yeah.
And I'm like, child, that just sounds, I get overwhelmed. So
I
I
almost
get,
feel like it takes us back to our last episode when you were talking about going back to school.
right, right. Yeah, it does a little bit. And again, we let that go.
Yeah, we don't need that in our life.
We let that go because,
Although
but
I
I do.
like the amount of foresight that she has to put into these beautiful quilts.
Mhm.
I don't have that in life.
And the fact
I'm
that
like,
most of
don't
that,
ask me what I'm even eating dinner for dinner tomorrow,
the fact that
let
most of that
alone what
shading,
colors.
but the shading, most of that is done with like silk organza to get the right, like, so it's tonal shades. Then I'm like, Jesus. I just look at it. And
But
and you just,
having
and
the
like
attention span to complete it,
that part,
amazing.
I
I will
barely
always bow down.
do you understand? I
I'm
made these stays, these corsets, this corset vest, and I'm like, and I'm about to have to do another mock-up, and I'm like, y'all know my attention span is fading fast.
I'm like, whew.
Yeah.
But you know, I feel that. So one of my girlfriend's patterns just dropped today. It
Mm-hmm.
is called the Panini pleated shirt, and it's by my girl Romy from
Mm-hmm.
So Like Shop. And Julian,
It's a gorgeous shirt.
when I tell you, and here's the thing, I love Romy.
Mm-hmm.
I love me some Romy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only reason why I sewed more than 20 pleats and edge stitched each one. Um,
Look at you. Look at you.
Not hard, but I definitely finished watching. I had to catch up on Love is Blind so that I could be ready for the season finale, aka the reunion show, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
I definitely use it as the opportunity to kind of focus on that. But you know, the notion of sitting down and doing something that takes more than probably about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, your girl be like, okay,
Right.
is there anything else that needs to be sewn besides this? Like I
Because
will literally sew anything at this
anything.
juncture. But I
And
also feel like, you know, in 2024, I have really been trying to focus
right.
more on longer projects. Like I forget where I was talking about this, but I was like, you know, up until this year, I feel like I really only wanted to sew with knit fabrics. And you know, of course, when you sew with knits, one, it's a lot easier for me anyway. And I know that a lot of people are scared of sewing knits or don't love sewing with knits, but I use a serger and I use the very best serger that's on the market.
Of
Um,
course.
so for me, it is a pleasure, right? And it doesn't take long. And I love that there is a lot of flexibility with sizing because of knit fabric, right?
Right.
With woven fabrics, it does take a lot longer because you do have to make sure that you are being detail oriented, making sure that your seam allowances are correct, making sure that these pleats lined up perfectly because then they had to go into the yokes and stuff like that. But I also feel like the sense of satisfaction that I have at the completion of the project, as long
Mm-hmm.
as it wasn't like a 4 to 5 hour project, y'all, okay, is
It
unmatched.
yes. Yes. It is,
So
it is amazing. And
it is.
we enjoy it and we get a thrill. I mean, but again, also I like y'all have seen I don't mind a long project. I don't mind a detailed project.
Right, you don't.
I find my zone in it in some of these, in some cases. Is once, especially once I get started, I can zone out and have a good time with it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think really like those are the things I need the more mindfulness of sewing, like just
Mm,
even next year. I have some things that are going to come up that I'm going to also need to make sure that I'm carving out the gifts for me in the sewing.
mm, mm,
Um, as I like there are going to be some instances where sewing might become more business-like for me for a little bit in
mm-hmm.
either teaching or other things. Um, and I need to make sure that I'm finding the fun projects that are just for me,
Yes.
just for me. I can document it and different things like that, but it still needs to have an element that is just for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so finding those is going to be very valuable and very important going forward. So I'm excited to figure like, but I realize that it doesn't need to be a make nine because usually that's not how my inspiration strikes.
Yeah.
So
But I also feel like that was why we kind of also chose to include skills in the
right,
make nine for this year.
absolutely, yes, and but I think also too, um, I just need to I need to roll with it for a little bit. And so that is what I'm going to do and focus on not patterns but just vibes. And really I want to be drafting. I want them to be custom pieces because technically y'all we are coming to a point where literally I'm almost out of size of a lot of patterns.
Hmm.
So even of the corset I made a size 36. The
Hmm.
smallest size that comes is a 34, which is very small for a guy's corset. And there's still room. Like technically I can size down in this
Hmm.
corset. Um in other patterns and stuff like that, I was going to do a Simplicity has a corset vest. And I was gonna like, I was just gonna switch to that and do that vest. Can't. It's too big.
Wow.
So, and it does not, it starts at a 38. Um, so I'm like, okay, well. So, definitely a lot more of like, I have blocks. I know how to do blocks. I can do a block quickly. So now it's just about taking that block and really start turning them into things for
Yeah.
me. And
Yeah.
then so
So what Julian is saying is make sure that in 2025 you are on the lookout for his patterns dropping in so many words. Okay? So make sure that you've got your dollars and cents together because we know that support is more than just, oh, I support you. Support is an action verb. Support is sharing. Support is making and sharing. Support is including him in roundups. Support is buying a pattern. Okay. So y'all heard it here first, okay? And he's doing
uh,
work right now, not just on the pattern drafting, but on the turning a hobby into a business aspect of this, right? Because those of us who are business owners already, we understand that when you take a hobby to a business, there is a shift that has to happen. And the
yeah,
shift is normally in your mindset, right? You are no longer approaching this as though, oh, this is just for fun. This is just for shits and giggles. No, we are approaching this as in, if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. And how can I make sure that I am aligning with what my audience needs as well as what I need?
yes. And I'm also aligning by not cock blocking my own damn self and
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
saying, yes, this is
No cock
true.
blocking allowed.
Be on the lookout.
Yes.
Be on the lookout. And we're gonna leave it at that.
Yes.
And
And what I will say, since we are having this conversation right now, there are two additional things that I wanted to just bring up very, very quickly. The first being is we are beginning to open up the Audacity podcast for sponsorships now. So if you would like your business to be featured on the Audacity podcast, then make sure that you reach out to either myself or Julian so that we can talk to you about what that will look like for you. Also, if you are ever interested in booking Julian and I to come and teach classes, we are available for that as well. I am not going to ever say that we are celebrities or anything along those lines. We are
but
not mother and father of the sewing community. We are auntie and uncle. Okay. We are the cool auntie and the rich gunkle. Okay. That's who we are. You feel me? That is who you can get to come out and teach classes, right? We can teach classes that are serger specific. We can teach classes that are sewing machine specific. We can teach classes about fitting. We can teach classes about just about anything between the skill set that both Julian and I have. We are now open for booking for that as well. And now we've had some conversations and it's taken some time to get to the point where we would be open for that. But we have both decided that this is something that we feel like aligns with not just our goals for the podcast as well as our individual businesses, but I also feel like this actually aligns with what we are meant to be doing in this sewing community, which is to help to enhance it. Yes, we are over here spilling that hot piping tea, okay? But also, when you think about it, we both represent a population, or actually multiple populations that lack that
representation.
lack representation in the community. Myself being plus size, Julian was once plus size as well. He is also a man who sews for himself and his body and can teach others. I am a Black woman who is plus size and I sew for my body as well as for other people's bodies as well. So when you look at us, we are both representing an underrepresented population within the sewing space. So just keep that in mind that we come with the skill set that can support that. So since we were on the topic,
Yes. Y'all, again, we are stepping out. 25, we are
mhm,
stepping out in 25. Just
we
I
are.
think because at the end of the day, if not us, then who?
If not us, then who? Come on,
And
Julian.
honestly, like these jobs ain't shit. and inflation ain't shit. So if I, I, when are we gonna bet on ourselves? If not now, then when?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
we those are the things that have been happening in the background that we are calling out. I have accountability people that are up my ass to make sure I'm accountable and doing the shit that I said I was gonna do. And
And
hence,
our
and though while they say that sometimes you should not tell your affirmation or tell the things that you're working on, sometimes you have to hold you need somebody to stay on your ass who
facts.
believe you to do it. So
Facts.
and now you don't tell everybody,
Nope.
but there's a few that you got to have your corner set up that can hold you accountable. So I got my peoples that are holding me accountable to the classes that we will teach, the classes that I will teach. Um, the patterns, and some other things coming up in 2025. Some of them starting in 2024 that y'all will hear more about during
Mm.
New Pattern November.
Yes. Yes. I'm excited. I'm geeked.
Y'all, y'all, just be ready. Just be ready. Just be ready. Um, but we're excited. Like, let's be real. We are at the end of the year.
We are.
We are it's here. It is here. And honestly, I'm ready for it to be here, to be over. I'm ready for next week to be towards the end of next week. Because child, if you are struggling with election fatigue, election anxiety, all that good stuff, please turn off the TV.
Hmm.
Please take care of yourself. I think things have the hate gets bigger, the derangedness gets more. Take
Hmm.
care of yourself. Um, we are people, sadly, we don't have the option not to be non-political. That's not the worlds that we live in and the sections we live in and the people that we love. That's not how this works.
Mm-mm.
Um but I think we also are deserving of break. We're deserving of joy. We're deserving of rest. So during this time, what are you sowing? What is your election anxiety reducing project that you're doing right now? Please go ahead and start picking out the fabric now. It could be
Yes.
simple. Get you a jelly roll. Make a jelly roll race quote on Tuesday. Or is it Tuesday or Wednesday? It's Tuesday. Is it? Child, on election day.
It's
Instead of
Tuesday,
watching the damn
whatever
TV.
day that is.
Have the fabric at the ready. Have the Netflix trashy TV at the ready. Because right now we need something so that to occupy. Because what is the purpose of, like, we have been here before, and I
Hmm.
think we all remember how we felt.
Yeah.
I remember, I think I had to take the day. I took the day off because the next day off, I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I think drinking was involved. Um, and I'm scared. Like, we don't know where it's going, and people is talking cash shit reckless. Even though I'll be 100%, I believe the most people who are talking the most cash shit don't even vote. But you know, I know I practice. I know I did what my ancestors fought for.
Yeah.
So you know, if you didn't, you ain't got no balls. I don't know what to say
Ooh,
to,
that he
to
said
help.
what he said. He said what he
I
said.
did. I did. And
Ooh.
stand 10 toes down in it. But I think, but once you do that, once you have exercised your rights and everything like that, you also have the right to, like, I did what I was supposed to do. I
Hmm.
know my part in this. Um, but also I deserve to have rest. I deserve to find joy. I deserve to find happiness. And this space ain't got it right now. I can leave. I did my piece. Now I leave room for other people to do what they feel like they got to do in this,
Yes.
because my mental health is more valuable to me right now.
Speak on it, sir.
So we want to make sure that what is your project that you're going to be working on, um, as we hide from the election,
Sweetheart from the election.
and you can
Literally.
only do that after you voted. As long as you
Right.
voted first, but then you can hide.
Shout out to the people who have early voted and get to avoid all of that.
See, I
Um,
did not do it a few like 2 weeks ago, because I was like, as soon as it opened, I was like, oh yeah, let me go get this done.
right, right. Um, I know for me, I will likely be into bag making, either that or pattern drafting, because again, like I said, Ruti's pattern test is
Mhm.
on its way out. Um, and I've got so many patterns that are just asking to be made, like they're screaming, like, make me. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna, I started a list of new patterns that I wanted to give a try. Um,
Mhm.
and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna be out here, still still inspired by Pinterest and making my Pinterest inspirations come to life because again, that was hands down, like I don't get me wrong, I love this new pattern November challenge, but hands down, my favorite challenge that I have started to date has been the Pinterest inspiration to closet manifestation because my closet is now easy for me to go in and pick things out. But I need more pants. So I'm gonna
You need
probably
more
make something.
pants. You need more
Probably
pants.
make some pants.
I'm excited for I'm excited for these 20s pants because it is the silhouette that I like. I think
Yeah.
it also adds to my capsule, my vintage capsule that I've been talking about.
Yes.
Let me get this down in traditional look and then I can dopamine it up with
Ooh,
color, print.
yeah.
Um, but I think because of the leg, the way that everything is shaped, I think we're onto something. And I'm excited to see what this looks like. And again, I love a good set. Me and a pair of pants and a vest.
Hmm.
I think that's my thing right now. Um, I
It
got
is.
some other
It's so you.
I have some other fabric coming from a somebody I'm working with for fabric and stuff like that. Um, and I will be doing another similar to my vest and pants set that I did for the magazine shoot. So we'll be in a Ponte.
You know I
Um,
love Auntie.
but it will be giving Gucci.
Okay.
Gucci.
Per.
Gucci. So yes, I'm really excited about getting that together. So, but yes, definitely think print, lots of print,
Yeah.
snakes, print.
You
So
know, Julian, I feel like you over here trying to tease me.
snake print, Ponte. And not and by snake print, I don't mean snake skin print. I mean a snake print.
Wow.
So think of Gucci snake print and think so that you can kind of get a vision of what I'm thinking of. Or
That's
even is giving um Lady McElroy's
mm.
Cobra Cobra Corsage a bit on a Ponte. Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited
You know,
for it
I
to
love me some lady is it McElroy? I can't
so
say her
it's
name.
Mac Elroy, but we all follow Sean of Kittenish Behavior who used to call it McElroy, but it's Mac Elroy. But I
I love her
the way
aesthetic.
that she said it though, I loved it. I loved McElroy. It made it sound so much more fancy than Mac Elroy.
She sounded
But
bougie.
yeah, she just made it sound it gave it another little flair. But I'm really excited to make that. One of these is gonna be a birthday outfit. So I'm waiting for that fabric to come. It has to come from the UK. So if you put three or four together, you know who I'm working with.
Mm.
Um, but I'm waiting for that fabric to come. That could be a birthday outfit. This 20s look can be a birthday outfit. I still have start pulling out the pattern pieces for the yellow Valentino look. That's also a new pattern. So I mean I got things to work on.
You done
Things to
sent my ass down this rabbit hole of her fabric. And
look.
I'm not saying that I'm on a fabric buying uh punishment, but I don't need any more fabric right now.
I mean,
And
do
I'm
we
looking
ever
at her
need
stuff
more?
like I feel like I need this and I don't.
Right. But do we ever need more? We don't ever need more.
I
But
mean, I
we
don't know if I'm willing to go on the record and say that.
I mean, but we get more because it makes us sometimes you got to sometimes.
It is
Sometimes.
true.
But y'all, again, please, 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 please take care of yourself. Check on your people, drink your water, take your meds. Um, during this, like now more than ever during this next few days, community is going to be needed.
Mm-hmm.
Check on your community, tap into your community. If that is on Instagram, if that's on Facebook in the groups. Now, not all them groups, because some of them they got pissed at it. They just trashy.
They are
Um,
trash.
but not mine. Well, I mean, sometimes it is. But I also on TikTok and stuff like that, people will be live and stuff like that. Find your community that you
Yes.
can rest with, that you can hang with. This is for people who are even the first time this you were thinking about going live. If you have enough out, do it. Try it. Try something new. Um, let us know. We'll support how we can.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, let's all kind of come together and rest on each other because we all are feeling a ways.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe all for different reasons, but we're all feeling anxiety over this. Whatever decision that is made, we all gonna feel a ways. So how can we, even in differences, support each other?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's let that be the lesson of the day, y'all. Watch out. We all in this together. We all we got right now.
We are.
Until next time, y'all, drink your water, take your meds, keep sewing, and stay audacious.
Bye.